McKinstry's Home Furnishings, celebrating 167 years in downtown Beaver Dam, where customers matter and quality counts. Sale ends October 18th.
From Beaver Dam Lake to Horicon Marsh and everywhere in between, we're talking about what's important in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
And good morning and welcome into Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Roy Lukashenski and Kale Zomer up on split screen early today in the WBEV studio with you this morning. And Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by our friends over at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Kale, before we talk a little bit about Randy and his team over there with Professional Floor Covering, I know you were staying up until probably, 11:30 last night watching that Brewers game go up 2-0. How are we feeling this morning?
Help if I turn my microphone
on,
right?
I was worried about me. I'm like, wait, what is going on down there?
You're good. No, turning your microphone on helps. Man, that's how excited I am. I can't even remember to turn my microphone on because, man, the Brewers are up 2-0 in the NLDS. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Well, and then starting both games now, the first one a little different. It's a solo shot in the first, and then the Brewers immediately respond. Yesterday, they gave up a 3-run shot in the first inning, and hand up, I'll be completely honest with you, this is loser guy that's from Pittsburgh that's got Pirates brain. I started already I'm like, oh no.
I'm Brewers fan. I'm right there with you, right?
Good.
Like, oh, all right. Well, it's all right. So we're gonna have to go win 2 in Chicago, and then I was once again reminded that this is the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers, and you can literally never count them out.
Dude, this is a special team. Like I cannot remember. Obviously, I'm from Pittsburgh. I cannot remember being around a group as special as this one is. It truly feels like it could have been 8-0 in the first inning, and you really can't count on a Milwaukee Brewers team that. I mean, it feels like they're playing for more than just each other right now.
And they're all like the production of these players is unreal. Like, I can't point out a star player on that team, not because there's not one, because they pretty much all are a star player right now. Like, every time one or two, all right, slows down, you got another one or two that picks up. Like, how crazy is it that you had, the questions about Jackson Chourio, which great to see him back and kicking off that game as well as he did. We're a little concerned after Saturday's game. But you had Isaac Collins as your backup. Like, you had a player that's better than most starters right now in MLB as your backup for your lead guy. Like,
I mean, just
crazy.
Think about it. This last month, it was like, oh gosh, Rhys Hoskins is back. Wait, what do we do with Rhys Hoskins? This is just a beautiful problem to have. And you brought up Jackson Chourio. We're watching on Sunday him try to do like a soft jog to first, and I'm like, he's done for the series. Like, there's no way this guy plays. And what's he do last night? He makes a heck of a catch in the corner. He goes yard to dead center. Could not care less. And then you have the Miz of all people who had been delegated to the bullpen and was not getting starters opportunities. And it was, will he actually pitch in a high leverage environment? Well, the answer is yes. And he pitched in a high leverage environment at a very high level. So coming out of this game too, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse. You got to finish the job in Chicago. But, I mean, there's nobody that scares me in baseball.
Yeah, at this point. And here's the other thing. How about our manager?
Oh, my gosh.
Pat Murphy. I mean, is he just the most ridiculously good skipper that team has had in decades?
Oh, Corey Sparks said it yesterday on the Damn Sports Show. You can hear it from 4 until 5 on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. But Corey had mentioned, he's like, I can't remember too many teams that embody their manager more than what this Milwaukee Brewers team and Pat Murphy. That personality, it sinks through, and there is that fight, but there's also a levity. And there's this, just comfortable belief, which this time of year, the shirt collar gets a little tight around the throat.
Yeah.
But
yes, it does.
I tell you what, Kale, we're going to have to talk more in a little bit about it because we have to highlight what's coming up at Wrigley tomorrow because, again, Major League Baseball hates baseball more than anybody else in the world. And the Brewers have another off day, but that's okay. We'll come back and talk about that here in a little bit. But before we do that, I do want to remind you guys that Randy and his team with Professional Floor Covering is here to help you design the perfect space. They have over 1,000 samples of carpet, LVP, hardwood, tile, area rugs, and window finishings, but it is so much more than floors. We saw firsthand, Kale. We saw firsthand last week. We walked around. I felt like I could still be in there on a tour if Randy wasn't so gracious to let me enjoy a weekend. That's how much there's to see.
I know, there's a lot, and I told you. I was like, you're going to be excited. I was worried. I was like, I hope he's going to be able to, like, sit at the table and do the broadcast with me because he's going to be busy walking around.
Well, it got a little worrisome. You had to throw Sierra out on, like, a search and rescue mission for me trying to find... Well, I was looking at the great sinks that you had been showing me, and all of a sudden the show's coming back. So, you know what? I got to be better. Hand up. Accountability is big here in Dodge County. But I wanted to tell you, because I said it's not just floors, because they do have a wide selection of kitchen and bathroom countertops. They got those cabinets, that tile, that shower inserts, and more. And let's a little bit, I talked yesterday about the countertops, so it's right to talk a little bit about the floors, because there's so many types, styles, brands of flooring. We're talking carpet, hardwood, laminate, LVP, tile, stone, area rugs, and Randy and his team will come out to measure, provide suggestions on type of flooring at those price points that meet your budget. Professional Floor Covering is in Abbey Design Center, and you can find them at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam or online at proflr.com. Okay, we're going to step aside for a quick break, come back with more Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
The WB.
And welcome back to Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge. Hometown Today is presented by Professional Floor Covering. It's also brought to you by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam. Finally feels like fall out there, Kale. It took until, October 6th yesterday until it happened. But we're there. We're finally there, so enjoy the next 3 weeks before we're in that dark by 5 o'clock and it's 20 degrees outside weather. I hope you're ready for it.
Ugh, nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You're not alone. You're a Wisconsinite, Cal.
I've been here my entire life. I will never get used to, quote unquote, the winters here.
You know what? I actually appreciate that because everybody keeps telling me you'll get the hang of it. You don't get the hang of 10 degrees below zero.
I never have.
No, that doesn't happen. That it just simply doesn't happen. Anyways, We're going to throw it now to an interview that we did last week. We talked with April with Habitat for Humanity, Dodge and Washington counties. A lot of fun and a lot of great opportunities to help out some people in need. So let's revisit that conversation now. I'm excited this morning. We are joined by April with Habitat for Humanity of Dodge and Washington counties. April, I got to start. How are you doing this morning?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for this opportunity of your time having me on and to be able to spread the word of our mission.
Absolutely, and I would love to start with that mission because I think a lot of people are familiar with like the phrase Habitat for Humanity, but there's still a lot of people that don't necessarily know what you guys do all the time. Can you share a little bit about that mission with us?
Yes, of course. Well, we are a nonprofit Christian housing ministry. We build, repair, simple, quality, affordable homes in partnership with the community and for families in need.
Well, how did you get involved with this? This is obviously, it takes a real, almost courage to go out there and see some of the really tough things out there and do all this good stuff. What was it that brought you to Habitat for Humanity?
I have always heard of Habitat for Humanity. I have volunteered in the past. I love the concept and what it does for people. A lot of times people have three different preconceptions of what we're all about. First, they might think that the houses are free. They think, oh, no way, that's a gimmick. Or they think that it was started by Jimmy Carter. And that's not true. So I love the concept of what we do. So what we do is we build affordable, quality homes for families in need. And it's amazing. The houses are built for the families. They're built for and based around their income. It takes them out of renting and puts them into home ownership, which is empowering, giving them equity that they're building on to build a firm foundation for their families. And that's what I love, and that's why I joined Habitat.
How long have you been a part of this group?
Oh, I've volunteered in the past. I've always known of their mission. I've only been with Habitat for a year, but it's been very rewarding. And just to see the growth of what we do is truly amazing, and having a part of that. And a lot of people don't realize how long we've been doing this. It was actually started by Miller Fuller. He was co-partnership with this whole concept back in like 1976, and it's all based on his theory of his Christian faith, that the theory of having enough, which I totally love that theory. Today, Habitat has been prospering ever since. Habitat for Humanity actually is in 70 countries besides the United States. It has 1,500 affiliates in the United States alone, 550 international.
Wow.
And just of last year, just for the United States alone, we have tied over $350 million, which is incredible for what we do.
That's
and
surreal.
When we built these homes, again, we built these homes on the families that are selected. We select them based on their needs, their ability to pay, and their willingness to partnership with us. But again, what they're getting in return is they're getting a house built for their family, built for their income, again, to put them in home ownership, again, building instant equity, that firm foundation, and it's all at 0% interest.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, for families out there that are sitting there like, you know what, this sounds amazing. I just don't know if I'd be eligible. How can they find out if they might be somebody that could be looking for assistance down the road?
Yes. Now, right now, with our opportunities that we have going on, we have opportunities in Dodge County. So if you live or work in Dodge County for at least a year, please apply with us. You can apply online, or you can visit one of our restores. Our restores actually have applications if you want to go in there and ask questions. You could also set up an appointment with me with Family Services, and I can walk you through everything. Our opportunities, we are so looking forward to going into Dodge County. opportunities in Beaver Dam, which I just love as a growing community. And they are, we have open enrollment for families to apply. And they would need to meet those three criteria as far as need, ability to pay for some kind of a mortgage, and the willingness to partner with us. We rely heavily on the revenues from our restore. We rely heavily on volunteers and donations, and that's how we pull it all together. That's how we put it in to our homes. We give everything back in our homes, and again, it's all at zero interest for them. I actually wish we had 100 homes to give away. We have lots of opportunities coming up for Dodge County, but the families would have to go through a selection, and they would have to apply.
And how would they go to the website to apply?
Yes, they go to the website, apply, or they go to our restores, fill out a hard copy application if they want. They can make an appointment with me, and I will walk them through everything.
Well, it's fantastic. What is that website for people in case they are curious about how to get out there and apply?
Oh, that is simply it's just our affiliate. It is Habitat for Humanity, Washington, Dodge County.
That's perfect. That people can remember that. And if they can't for whatever reason, they can always go back and see this on Daily Dodge TV and jot that down from there. You mentioned how important it is to have volunteers for a mission like this to be successful. Well, I want to start with that. First of all, how or what would you recommend if somebody is out there that says, hey, maybe I do want to help out. I just don't know if this is right for me. What's this experience like working with Habitat for Humanity?
We love people giving back, volunteering. We will find something for anybody who's willing to give us time and volunteering at any skill level. We actually have 3 restores. We have a restore in Beaver Dam, Germantown, and West Bend. We can find anything to meet those criteria as far as what we do in our restores. We also have lots of fundraiser, very, very fun events throughout the year. And we also, if people have skills or want to learn skills, we also have building events where we actually have large groups of volunteers that will actually put sweat equity into our homes and will work side by side with our building crews.
Well, it's so exciting because, like, people like me, I'm not very hands-on. I would be a mess out there. But having that ability to know any skill level, I'd be okay. I'd be able to help out too.
Yeah, it's very different. Like, people can know how to do something by a book or watching a video, but it's very, very different when you're on site. When we have, we'll have a builders event, and we'll have a group of volunteers, and we have a professional construction leader that will show them, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it. And that leader is standing over their shoulder watching them and critiquing them and pointing out, nope, we want you to do it this way.
Good.
But it's amazing. It's amazing how it comes together. Sometimes we have framing events, builds, where we will have groups of people for a week or 2 weeks, and we will have the entire frame go up, and it's so empowering. I have been to one of those before. It was called Women's Build, and it was in Hartford, Wisconsin, at our home build. And it was so empowering. It went for 2 weeks. It was a great experience for me to go through that.
I can imagine so. And I know a lot of people love to give back and they love to volunteer their time, but some people don't have as much time to volunteer. Are you able to take on people that are saying, hey, maybe I just have this one day a month? Would you be able to take volunteers in that capacity as well?
Absolutely. You know, the heart of a volunteer, most of the volunteers, you know, and most of us do not have the time, but we have the heart. And we will find something at anybody's skill level at any time that they're willing to give to us.
I love that. And I know that there's also those people out there that are like, I'm not in that ability of my life at this point to be able to volunteer, but I would like to give back. You mentioned donations. How could people donate to you guys other than going into just those stores? Can they also do that online as well?
Yes, exactly. There is many ways that suits everybody's needs. As far as donation, it could be time, it could be resources, it could be supplies, it could be lands. So we are always seeking land. We're always seeking time, donations, anything that people are willing. The heart of a volunteer is so great, and we appreciate it all.
Well, that's fantastic to hear. I feel like before we have to let you go, I got to ask you, after a year of this, and it sounds like it's been very rewarding, has there been a favorite experience or a favorite memory that you'd be able to share with us?
Well, there's several. What we do is for the families that are selected, once they're selected, we call them a partner family. We partner with them. So when we go through this process of building their home for them, we include them as much as we can. When we break ground, we have a whole ceremony celebration that we go through them, and we dedicate the land and the home to them. When the house is completed, which is this tremendous feeling when we see it all come together, we also have a dedication of that home back to the family. We invite the community. We invite anybody who had a part in that, as far as sponsors, the community, the families, all our boating crew, all our team comes, and we have this celebration of the donation of the house going back to the family.
Wow!
So it's truly amazing, and that's the part where you see it all come together throughout any hurdles, any hardships. That's all the time that it takes to get that family in there. It could be, over a 2-year period, maybe even a little bit more than that. When we see it all come to fruition, we see it to the completion. It is so gratifying. It's very hard to explain, and it's not even our homes. It's the home that we're dedicating to the family. So.
Well, that's so heartening to hear. And first of all, congratulations on making it a year, and hopefully many, many more. It sounds like a very rewarding experience so far for you. And I think, people like it. We like to volunteer. You like to give back. And this is a great opportunity to do so for people right here in your area.
Yeah.
Well,
of course. And our goal is to do 4 a year, whether it's Washington County or Dodge County. Our hands are always full, and we are always acceptance and so gratitude for anybody who contributes in any way.
Well, we're very appreciative of you, and thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time this morning. Hopefully we get people going out there, and let's keep doing some great things in the area.
Thank you so much for your time and for helping us spread this word.
Absolutely. Well, have a great day, April. And that was April with the Habitat for Humanity in Dodge and Washington counties. Huge thank you for her for coming on the show. Looking forward to bringing her back in and getting to talk to her and learn a little bit more down the road. Kayla and I are going to step aside, though, for a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to inform you what's going on, possibly talk to some people. We'll see. It's Nature's Own Adventure this Tuesday afternoon. We're going to find out together, Kale. But that's next here on Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Israel marking the anniversary of the Hamas attacks that started the war in Gaza. ABC's Ian Pannell is at the site of the Nova Music Festival, where Hamas gunmen stormed the festival grounds 2 years ago today.
By the time the attack was finished, 378 were dead, many taken hostage, 10 of whom are believed to be amongst the 20 alive today in Gaza. So people have been gathering, remembering the fallen, thinking of the hostages, and praying for peace.
The CDC's new guidelines for the COVID shot are now official. The agency saying getting the shot is a personal choice and is no longer recommending getting it. Senator Bill Cassidy, a doctor, says the switch is not good for America's health. Government shutdown continuing to drag on. Now it's affecting air travel, with numerous traffic controllers calling out sick. Trump administration asking an appeals court to step in after a lower court order temporarily barred National Guard troops from going into Oregon. This is ABC News.
Nothing says relaxation like a Slumberland furniture mattress and a radio or speaker with 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge, broadcasting from the Slumberland Furniture Studio.
Today's news and sports headlines were brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health. They're here for every age and stage of life. Find more information at prairieridge.health.
From the Daily Dodge News Center, I'm Terry Bell. Marshfield Medical Center in Beaver Dam could be changing hands. Madison-based UW Health is in talks to buy the hospital, as well as Marshfield's clinics and other healthcare facilities. Officials stress the talks are still in the early stages. Both systems emphasize the potential benefits of a merger. The Beaver Dam Common Council will try to appoint someone to represent District 6 until the next election. Former Alder Ken Anderson resigned about a month ago. The council voted last night to open the seat up to interested parties. Mayor Bobby Mark wants to have the candidates appear before the council on November 3rd. Jack Yudds will serve out the rest of Anderson's term as Common Council president. A Waukesha judge is ordering the State Elections Commission to confirm the citizenship status of every registered voter in Wisconsin in time for the spring primary election. That means the commission would have to run records checks on 3.6 million people in 5 months. The Wisconsin Justice Department appears ready to appeal the ruling. A man from West Bend is arrested for drunk driving for the 5th time. Dodge County deputies say they pulled his motorcycle over on Friday on Interstate 41 just north of Lomira for a registration violation, but picked up signs he'd been drinking. He was arrested after a field sobriety test. Dairy industry promoters want you to know about the unique personalities of Wisconsin dairy farmers. Katrina Hosley of Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin says that dairy farmers are a pretty diverse group. If you know a unique Wisconsin dairy farmer, they're taking nominations at borntodairy.com. I'm Terry Bell, reporting from the Daily Dodge News Center. Submit your news tips at dailydodge.com.
Award-winning news you can count on. WBEV.
In sports, the Brewers go up 2-0 in the National League Division Series with a 7-3 win over the Cubs at American Family Field last night. After Seiya Suzuki hit a 3-run blast in the top of the first, Andrew Vaughn clubbed a 3-run homer of his own to tie the game. William Contreras added a solo shot. Jackson Churio a 3-run blast as the Miz picked up the victory in 3 innings of relief for Milwaukee. They can close out the Cubs Wednesday afternoon at Wrigley. 4:08 the first pitch on 95.3 and 14:30 ESPN Beaver Dam. For taking the week off, the Packers back on the practice field yesterday. Wide receiver Christian Watson got back on the field for the first time since blowing out his knee at the end of last season. Green Bay hosts the Bengals at 3:25 on Sunday. Bucs won their preseason opener in Miami 103-93. Milwaukee will host Detroit again on Thursday night. Beaver Dam junior McKenna Nelson will have a chance to defend her Division I state golf championship. She won the sectional at Old Hickory yesterday. You can find all of the results from last night on the sports tab at dailydodge.com. That's your Daily Dodge Sports Center. I'm Wade Bates on 95.3 WBEV.
At Prairie Ridge Health, our rehab team is here to help you restore mobility, regain independence, and get back to doing what you love. With state-of-the-art facilities and a compassionate team of physical and occupational therapists, we're proud to serve our communities in Columbus, Beaver Dam, and Sun Prairie. Early morning and evening appointments are available. Schedule a visit today at